Yo, welcome back to Clinic Queer FC. I'm your host, Dr. L. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody doing well. Yeah, so I'm back with the part two. Apologize not being able to get back to it last time. I was interrupted. I had to look out for my people. You know, my bro had a flat tire with a stuck bolt, and he also had a dead battery in the same time. So I had to go make sure we can change the tire and jump him, make sure we can come back. That shit was not easy. Even though it took about an hour to get everything done, I still had to drop off my other brother at work first. So I had to do that first and then go over to go help my bro out. But that was not easy. I had the freaking bolt, the freaking what's it called? The lug nut on the tire. So he had one of those lug nut guns where you could use and take off the bolt, right? But the crazy part is one of the heads of those guns, let's say the lug nut adapters got stuck on the bolt for some reason and just did not want to come off. So that was not easy getting that off. Shit, took us that right there took us like 30 minutes just to get that done. Like we had to do different things. We had to try to use like a different wheel spanner to kind of move it around, try to make sure we can. Bro, I wasted like a half of lube of silicone lubricant. Use like half of that. Just trying to get that bolt off. It took us 45 minutes. I was like, fuck it. I just took I had a other wheels. I had a wheels a L wheel spanner. That was what I used. So I had to no, I just used the wheel spanner to just knock the bolt off. Like I just got pissed. I was like, bro, get the fuck off. That shit came off at the end of the day. Then we then used the wheel spanner we had to then take the bolts off. That too was not easy. After getting that done, making sure we can get that piece off. That right there, the wheel spanner didn't want to fit on the bolt now. Like problem after problem after problem. That was what we were just going through. It was weird. So how I fixed that issue was that I made sure the shape of the wheel spanner was kind of like matching the shape of the nut, right? Then I just held it there and just went ham on it. I just went ham. Boom, boom, boom. And it caught. Eventually, it caught on the bolt. Bro, stepped on it. It was just one bolt out of 5. We had already taken off we had taken off the other 5. It was just there were one left. So we were trying to get that off. Step on it, jump on it. That shit did not want to come off. We had to do that like a lot of times, and eventually it did come off. So now we have the tire change. So we got to go do the battery now, right? Lo and behold, we walk up to the hood, pop it open from inside, try to raise it open. Latch broken. So, I mean, never gonna say latch broken, but latch is stuck. Like stuck. He didn't want to move. You know that latch you will have to release before the hood comes up. That latch right there did not want to release for any fucking reason. That was the most annoying part of that shit. You had to look on YouTube and try to figure out how we can, try to get to it. But YouTube didn't really help. We just had to literally flash a light in there, make sure we could look at the latch, make sure we can see how the mechanism was working, and this is why I had to go over that because if he was there by himself, he would not be able to get to get home. So he's flashing the light, right? I'm holding the hood. So he's flashing the light inside, making sure he can see the mechanism. He's using the end of the wheel spanner to kind of move the latch underneath the hood, right? So he ends up moving it because I told him to let me know when I should pull up because when you keep pulling up and then the latch is still there, is like a waste. The latch is still stuck. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. So I told him to let me know when to pull up. So he timed it, looking at it, boom, 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 told me the perfect moment, pulled that shit up. That shit open, bro. Relief, man, relief. That took us like a freaking hour. We got the car charged. We got both of them running and heading on home. But we got back here like what? Pretty sure it was like one a.m. or 1:15 a.m. And when I left at like 10:30 when I had to get off the stream and just go do what I got to do. Yeah. So before I left, I'm pretty sure I was talking about Manchester City in the second half, right? So let me get back to where I stopped because I was talking about Man City's build up in the second half, which is the way they scored because they didn't really, I would say, do any crazy ta- ta- tactical play to score us. It was just our, I would say, eagerness to get the ball back that cost us. Because at that moment that Manchester City scored, it was a high press. 1 second, let me check what the comments saying. Got one comment in here, bro. Right? Hey, yo, bro. Nah, that shit. Oh my god, that night right there. Jesus Christ. Hey, but we got through it though. So thank God. All right, let's go. Getting back on it right now. We were still at this point where we're talking about yes, Man City's second half build up, right? Yes. So in this moment where they had Bernardo Silva playing at, I would say, like the inverted left back role, so he can have a full view of the field, and Phil Foden coming in to the middle while Cole Palmer was out on the right, right? So when Man City went into this formation to build up, I'm pretty sure this was like 75, 76 minutes of the game, right? So 75, 76 minutes of the game. Arsenal had nullified Man City for most of the game, most of the first half. I would say second half as well. Then 75, 76 minutes, that's when I would say, started to go and try and win the game, right? Yeah, just making sure. Yeah. That is when we went and started trying to win the game around like the 75th minute, 76th minute. We went back. We went, I would say, for the first time, we actually pressed them high up all the way back to their defense. Like we started up our defensive line, I would say, like from the striker, let's say, because that's the first line of defense, was at City's back line. So the first time we pushed that high was the first time we got caught. So I'm not really putting too much stock on it because if the referee had not booked Partey for a stupid foul, he could have brought Foden down. But yeah, so even in that, Manchester still got lucky because even after Foden turned Partey, right? Foden turned Partey and took off running. That's Foden turned Partey, so Partey's out of position now. So Rice, who was covering Walker, I think, Rice was covering Walker, so Rice had to run all the way across the middle, trying to stop Foden from passing the ball over to Cole Palmer. Kieran Tierney also tried to, come in and block off the passing lane, but unlucky for him, he was only able to get. What is this? Making sure. Am I still on the camera? So I don't know what's going on now. Oh, is that overlays? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what's going on right now. StreamYard. Do you still see me on the camera? Because StreamYard is kind of messing with me right now. Can you let me know in the comments if y'all can see me on screen still? Let me take this off for now. Maybe that's what's causing it because I can't see myself on stream. What's going on? What's going on? Not sure what's going on here. Okay, camera on, camera on. Let me make sure. Anybody in the comments, can you still see me on screen? Let me know down. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. I was like, what the hell? We're good now. We're good now. Hey, man, still getting used to this shit. It's crazy. All right. So where was I now? Yes. So Kieran Tierney, right? Kieran Tierney tried to block off the passing lane towards Cole Palmer, right? But he was just a little bit unlucky. He got there late, so he was able to almost intercept the pass, but it bounced in the air. And this is to show you how genius of a playmaker KDB is. He knows that timing and execution are the most important things when it comes to playmaking. So he knew even if the ball was in the air, he had to get that ball to Palmer on time, even if it was using his head. So him being able to use his head literally and head the ball over to Palmer kept that move flowing as fast as it was, which destabilized us. Kyle Walker, who was being tracked by Declan Rice at first, is free now. So that Kyle Walker is bumming down the right side, and Kieran Tierney has to cover Kyle Walker. Unless that's an easy pass from Cole Palmer and that's a square. But you can't really blame Tierney too much. He had two people on him trying to cover both of them. So to me, it's just a beautiful strike from Cole Palmer. Beautiful strike for sure. Yeah. Then one thing I like about the game is because people can say what they want. The two coaches weren't taking it seriously. Blah 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 blah. But what I saw was that we are not going to give up. We are not going to give up because even after we conceded in the 76th minute, right? In the 80th minute when I'm pretty sure we brought on Fabio and ESR, if I'm not mistaken. We brought on Fabio Vieira and ESR both at the same time. Bringing those two players on, Mikel Arteta switched tactics. He switched his tactics, and if you see Fabio coming on, you can see Fabio say it with his mouth. He switched tactics to 3-4-3, and if you look at Fabio's, I'll say body language and stuff like that, if you read his lips, that is literally what he says. So, and he says 3-4-3 diamond, which is which is the shape that we went into after they both came on, with Fabio in the 10, ESR and Odegaard in the 8, right, and Thomas Partey in the 6. This formation, right? We use this formation to pin City back, even if they're trying to defend and win the game. They're defending. This formation morphed into what I call 2-1-7 from Mikel Arteta. This right here, this 2-1-7 right here, low blocks next season, you're in trouble. Look at this. Tierney that was initially a full back, right? He was initially a left center back with Saliba in the middle, White on the right. When Arsenal have the opposition team pinned back in their box, right? This switched to a 2-1-7 with Kieran Tierney becoming an auxiliary left winger, or just doing his role, playing to his strengths, being a left full back, bombing up and down the field, right? Trossard then comes in with ESR in that left 8, and both of them who are good in tight spaces can both combine. They're both good in tight spaces and they're both quick as well. So they can both combine with each other, and they can also make runs and also shoot from outside. You can trust Trossard to shoot from the side, definitely. So then going into that 2-on-7, you will also see that the the balance in our creativity was also good because in terms of Martin Odegaard and Fabio, both of them are left-footed creative midfielders, so they could both interchange their positions and the balance would still be right. Fabio could go from the 10 into the left 8 so that he can, say, be able to even shoot with his left foot, right? From that angle. Odegaard moves from the left 8 to the 10, so he can, help create more easier passes to create, the space. So it's a lot of options that we could use right there. You could trust Fabio to also pick a pass as well. If we have them pinned back all the way, you could trust Partey to shoot from outside. So when we're facing low blocks next season, I expect to see this 2-on-7 formation a lot, right? All right, let me see. Yeah, I'm good. Yes. So that right there, this 2-on-7 I saw that got me excited because breaking down, I would say, low blocks was one of the reasons why we couldn't, I would say, win the league last year. I mean, granted it was mostly on our defense, but yeah, some games like Everton away, some games like even Brentford at home, some game, even though we got hold, I'm going to talk about that later in the stream. Um, Pretty sure which other game we faced crazy ass low blocks that we couldn't break down. Nottingham Forest maybe, but that's probably when the season was already done, so you really can't count that. Manchester United, maybe the first game because they were playing in a low block before they hit us on the break. So that in situations like that, that could also help us if teams want to play like that. We could have Rice and Partey on the field at the same time and still put I would say like a ESR. Sorry, I still play a Truss who can come into the 8 with Rice, and Rice and Partey can still be a shield, while Trossard can still be one of the attacking 8s in their 2-on-7. So, like for me, I think there's different options that we can have this season, which is what we want when we're spending 200 and whatever million that we're spending is to get the options so we can play in numerous different ways, right? So, for me, the next point I want to talk about is City squad depth, Man City squad depth, because granted this is granted this is what's the date? Today is August 9th, right? So we have about 22 days of the season. Sorry, 22 days of the transfer window left. So as of right now, this is what I'm saying right now. But we're gonna see what the rest of the transfer window is gonna say. But as of right now, City squad depth is not good. In my opinion, they need to bring in at least two more players, and that's already with the addition of Vadio and Kovacic, right? They need at least two more players coming in because losing Gundo, losing Mares, they lost a lot of experience, they lost a lot of creativity as well, in my opinion, and they also lost a lot of leadership. So they need to bring in some more players, right? Because let's say they want to put Foden out on the right. That is not his best position. You can put him in the 10. A lot of people wouldn't know what Foden's best position is, but me, I would rather have Foden out on the right and have more Bernardo and KDB in the middle, right? But I'm an Arsenal fan. If a City fan wants to tell me any different, what can I say? But um If KDB is not there, because that was what I was watching, and that is why that's one of the reasons why I'm saying they need squad depth. If KDB is not playing, Man City has a problem with creativity. That's shocking to say, but after losing Gundo, after losing Mares, when KDB does not start, if they go with Alvarez in the if they go with Julian Alvarez or Mateo Kovacic in that eight that KDB is supposed to be playing, if they do that consistently throughout the season, I don't think it'll work. I don't think they will be as good as they were last year. With like even if KDB plays, I would say let's say he starts 25 out of the 38 Premier League games. I don't think they're going to be as good as last year if they don't bring players in. But right now, you can see that they're going for Lucas Paqueta for 70 something million. So that kind of makes sense. You need more creativity when KDB is not there. Because when he wasn't playing, I was just looking at them. I was like, how are y'all going to break us down? How? That express, that 4-4-2 diamond, I would say, block that we played, where we were not allowing any passes through the middle, nah, that was stifling for them. Without KDB, it's going to be an issue. So when KDB came on the second half, that's really when Man City started doing something. KDB, vision. I think I remember. I think I remember a pass where was he Foden he gave it to, or was it Alvarez that he used the outside of his butt to flick it around? Flick it around. I'm pretty sure he flicked it around our DM and he went to the striker. But I don't think he was able to get his shot off, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but from what I saw in that game, Man City is going to be heavily dependent on KDB this year if they don't bring in more creativity. Right? That is just what I'm saying. And from that game, you can also see, for the people who are paying close attention to that game, you could see that Pep was tinkering a lot because no Gundo, no Mares. He's trying to figure out how he's going to survive without them. So he tried Bernardo out on the right first. Then didn't really work because we stifled them the whole first half. So he moved Bernardo to the middle, put Palmer out there. Sometimes you can have Foden out there as well. So he was just, I would say, testing out his team dynamics, right? But after that game, they went for Lucas Paqueta. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah. It's kind of, but in my opinion, this is a big season for Foden. This is a big season for Foden. City fans have said Foden over Saka for the last how many years? In my opinion, Pep doesn't trust Foden as much. Because if you look early last year when Foden and Haaland were playing in the same team together, Foden wasn't really passing the ball to Haaland. When Foden gets in front of goal, he's going to shoot, right? And Pep doesn't really like that. Pep wants you to pass to Haaland if Haaland is open. That is what Pep wants him to do, because that's an easy goal for the team to win. So if Foden, who was that time shooting first without passing and missing, if you see later on, we weren't seeing Foden that much. Some people would say, oh, it's just because of all injuries. In my opinion, it wasn't all injuries. Foden is jealous of Haaland, in my opinion. Because Man City was Foden's team. Born and bred, came through the academy. Man City was Foden's team before Haaland joined. When Haaland joined, it became Haaland's team. So how do y'all expect Foden to feel after y'all were giving him all that gas a couple seasons before, the freaking Android dropped? So this season, in my opinion, is a big season for Foden. Let's see if he can really carry, a big club. Let's see if he can really carry it. How all these people keep on saying about Saka. Oh, yeah, what did he do for us, bro? He was carrying us, bro. Carrying us. Trusted every game. From 8th to 5th to 2nd. Now we're going for the title. Come on. Foden is being in and out, in and out, in and out. All right, it's cool. Hey, we're finna see this shit. Then for me, this is a take I wanted to put out at this point, but based on City squad depth as it changes throughout the rest of the summer, at the end of the transfer window, I can come back to the statement and we can see, if it still stacks up. But in my humble opinion, right, if William Saliba, Jurrian Timber, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Jesus and Leandro Trossard. So that's 6 players. If those six players can stay fit for a majority, like for a vast majority of the season, let's say 32 out of 38 games, right? If those players can stay fit 32 out of 38 games, we're going to win the league based on this current City depth. Now that might change towards the end of the transfer window if they go spend 200 million to change the whole to make sure they have enough to hit next season. That could change. But in my opinion, those 6 players are the most important players in our squad right now. Most important players in our squad. Um, William Saliba, Timber, Saka, Odegaard, Jesus, and Trossard. In my opinion, Jesus needs to stay fit and firing so he can link up our attack. Martinelli and Saka need to be on the A game from game 1 to game 38 if we want to have a chance of winning this league. So if Jesus is not fit, I need the Trossard in there. Then we can be able to keep on going. Right. So finally, the last thing I wanted to speak about, right? Because every person that was watching that game, every person that was watching the Man City versus Arsenal game, right? If you did not see the difference in the way the two teams were being officiated, you're just lying to yourself. If you do not see that Rodri is allowed to get away with murder while Partey gets booked for his first pullback. Partey gets booked for his first pullback while Rodri gets booked in the 80 something minutes after committing like 4 or 5 fouls, 4 or 5 what do you call it, tactical fouls before that. City are just allowed to get away with that, while us, we get blown for everything. Our manager got booked for when somebody else should have got booked. Our manager got booked. That should tell you what difference in officiating was going on in that game. In my opinion, if injuries don't cost us, the only other people that can cost us for this title is going to be this fucking refs. It's going to be them. Stuart Atwell, I got my eye on you, bro. To me, you are a corrupt referee, man. I have my eye on you. To me, I feel like you just do what you're told to do by the PGMOL in terms of how you should ref games. We all know the PGMOL are not Arsenal's biggest fans, so I think you get your instructions directly from them because it's crazy. It's crazy. Like the way he ref that game was just stupid. When Arsenal does anything, any tiny foul, book or blow whistle. When City does it, if he blows the whistle, okay, good. If he's supposed to book that player, he goes over to them to go talk. What the fuck you gotta talk about, bro? Just book them, bro. Bernardo did the same shit. He got talking to. Roger got talked to for like 2 or 3 minutes. Sorry, for like 2 or 3 times. Like freaking who else? Who? Wait, I'm pretty sure Diaz had a foul that he should have also got booked for. Maybe though, maybe. But it was just so clear to see the difference in the officiating. It was just so clear to see. And another horrible piece of news that Arsenal fans around the world are dreading hearing is that what's it called? The PGMOL today rehired what's his name? Lee Mason. The PGMOL rehired Lee Mason today. the same guy that cost us at Manchester United, where he blew a foul that wasn't even a foul. He just manufactured a foul in his head to just blow it, right? So when it was Christian Eriksen being pressed by Martin Odegaard, right? Now think of what Odegaard did to Eriksen in that game for him to blow a foul, and what freaking Gabriel was done to, was sorry. This is against Arsenal and Newcastle when Gabriel's shirt was pulled over his fucking head, pretty much. That is not a foul, but the Martin Odegaard on Christian Eriksen is a foul. So that tells me, like, bro, you guys just choose when and where you want to call fouls leading up to goals and when you don't, because that is the lamest foul leading up to goal. I would say goal take aways that I've ever seen. Everybody knows that should have been a goal. Manchester United fans are gonna be shameless because that's just them. But deep down, they know that shit was supposed to count. But so good. He did it against Manchester United. He did it against Brentford, right? The one against Brentford was the one that really cost him his job, because that was where the uproar was just like, bro, you cannot do that twice in a season. You cannot do that twice in a season. Because like doing it once is cool, right? But when you're so blatant and you're so proud to do that shit twice, whew, wow. When they're so blatant to do that shit twice, like I don't even know what to say about that. All right, but that same guy is back now. Let me pull up the exact news. That same guy is back now. So if there's anyone who's gonna cost us this season, is this fucking refs, man? Because I don't know, man. I'm like, I've been trying to raise awareness about the Premier League turning into the NFL and them spot fixing games, trying to keep the rest of the league entertaining for a neutral viewer. That is how I see, or that is what I see them doing with these inconsistent VAR decisions. They are just modifying the way that table is looking for neutral viewers to gain an interest in the league. That is just my opinion. Oh, sorry, new neutral viewers who are just looking at the league for the first time. Oh, it looks so competitive. Oh, look at the battle for relegation is from 12th all the way down to 20th. Oh, the battle for top 4 is all the way down from 3rd down to 6th. That's what they're doing all these inconsistent VAR decisions for, in my opinion, because it doesn't make sense how you forget to draw a line. Like that is your job, and not just that, you got fired for that job, for that bad job, and now you're being rehired today. Notice how it wasn't big news. No, you just notice how this is not on Sky Sports. This is on like the local newspapers in the UK, like Daily Mail, Mirror Sport, and those ones. So they're kind of just easing him back into PGMOL without anybody really noticing like that. All the Arsenal fans are raising the I would say the noise about it. Every other fan is just yeah, it is what it is, because they know it's is anti-Arsenal every time. So hey, but me, in my humble opinion, I'm ready for this. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for this season. I'm ready for this season. If we can get Kudos in, whew, you're not gonna hear no excuses from me. If we can get Kudos in, because then we should have, in terms of our squad, there will be no excuses. But referee situation and stuff like that, yeah, you kind of get what I'm saying. Yeah. So in my opinion, yeah, in my humble opinion, these refs are gonna be the only ones that could cost us next year. Let me go ahead and show y'all this news. Share my screen. This just really put a damper. This put a damper in my what I call it today. The fact that this guy is allowed to come back into officiating games just just confirms to me that you guys are just match fixing. Because the thing about football is that it's it's all about the fine margins. If you control those fine margins, you can control the outcome of a game to an extent. The like think of like I said, that first foul that Stuart Atwell booked. What's his name? Thomas Partey for. If he didn't book him for that weak foul, down the line, Partey would have been able to bring Foden down. But because you booked him that early, he can't do his job now. You booked him for stupid shit. It wasn't even as if he deserved it. People are saying he might have kicked the ball away far. If he kicked the ball away far, then maybe. If he didn't do that, come on, man. That's a weak foul for you to blow that for. That's a very, very weak foul. So I don't know, man. Like these guys, PGMOL. I just hope and pray for like every football fan got their eyes on him this year. Closely. Any fuck ups, I need everybody to go off. But you can't do that, man. People only care about their clubs. They don't care about the game like that. They only care about their clubs. To me, these refs are killing the integrity of the game. You cannot tell me any different that the Premier League don't at least try to control the outcome of their league or of their game sometimes. You cannot tell me that they don't try. You cannot tell me that. You can't tell me that. There is the VAR inconsistencies are just too crazy. Brighton against Tottenham, no penalty. Brentford against freaking was it Brentford and Newcastle? Yes. I'm pretty sure it was a foul on Isak in the penalty box that they checked for what 3 minutes. Why are you checking stuff for 3 minutes? Makes no sense. If it's not clear and obvious, keep moving. At least every football fan will take that. It's not clear and obvious, we move. Don't spend 3 minutes, 4 minutes checking a goal. That doesn't make any sense. If it's going to take you more than a minute to check it, you better let it go. That's it. All right. Yeah. Pretty much that is all I wanted to say today. The rest of what I had, right? Me, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this season. Watch alongs. I'm going to try to do a watch along for every game if I can. I work too, so there's some of the games that's going to be during the week. Maybe those I can get to those, but let's see how it pans out. But every Saturday game, I'm going to try to be here. I'm going to try to do a watch along. I'm going to try to do a review after the game. I'm going to try to do a preview. I'm going to try and do more weekly, talk shows where we could talk about the game. I can have some of my people on who are in the comments. We can come up with, we can talk about the game and talk about the league as well. And, see what's going on. This channel is for all football fans. It's not just for Arsenal fans. So, respectful, funny, and other opinions are always welcome. So hopefully, if you guys want to be part of this, go ahead, like the video, sub to the channel, and I'll see y'all sometime during the season because I'm going to be over here a lot. So if you come back, you're going to see my face. So appreciate y'all watching. Let me get this off the screen. Thank you for paying attention to the rest of my review. And I just want to say, coming in the shield over Carabao Cup. Peace.